not the most stable for some of my families. And I come in on Monday and make sure that they have food waiting for them. And I make sure that they have love waiting for them. That's my job. My job is to build a relationship with them so that they feel safe in a place that they have to spend most of their time in. But I don't have the things that I need and the tools that I need to do that. So I have to provide them for myself. We need someone to speak on that for us. Students are not a test score. Students are not a number. Our students are more than that, and we need to speak to that. And right now, that's what we are being pressured to do as teachers. Our students are taking tests in the midst of pandemics that are speaking for them. And they are not being able to have their social and mental health taken care of first. And we need someone like Charles Booker who's going to stand up for that and make sure they're getting what they need first, that they're getting the education they need second, and then that we're looking at what they've mastered. So I stand for someone who's going to stand for my students. On another note, my family happens to be very deep in the juvenile diabetes community. We are a type 1 family. We brought the type 1 diabetes walk from Louisville to Lexington more than 2 decades ago. I was part of that. And I actually connected to Charles a long time ago because of his fight for the insulin cost. It is important, it is so important that we fight Big Pharma and get these costs down. My cousin is 25 and he can hardly afford to pay for himself and stayed on his parents' insurance for that long for that cause, and that is not. For that version of healthcare as well, healthcare in schools and healthcare for all the kids who need it and all the adults who. As a single mom, I beg for that. We deserve an equal chance at a good life. We have to come together to go forward. The divisiveness hasn't worked, the hatred hasn't worked, and we've got to come together to make that happen. Challenging the hate and the division and fighting to move forward for the Commonwealth that we know and we love. Leaders like Charles Booker are one of us. He's one of us. He's been where we are. He's been where I have been. He's been where my family has been. We can build this vision together instead of having politicians talk down to us and tell us what we should be doing when they've never been where we are. We deserve a leader like Charles who listens to us and is committed to us with no exceptions. No one's excluded in his eyes. It is my honor and privilege to introduce someone who gets it, someone who understands what it's like to live through the struggles that we have been through, and someone who understands
Come on, y'all. Look. You know I gotta take the mic off, mama. How y'all doing? Y'all look good. Y'all brought the sunlight with you. I know it's a little bit of a chill, but that ain't gonna stop the movement. We here today. Miss Debbie, you know I love you. Thank you. It has been such an honor to stand by your side and fight for the rights of Kentuckians to be heard. Thank you for using your story. You don't have to, but because you do, the future's gonna be brighter for so many people. And Sarah, I hugged her, she ran off. There you go. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for representing what Kentucky is really all about. In the news and the national narrative, we get talked about, we get disrespected, we get demeaned, we're doubted, we're cast aside, but we know the truth. We're fighters. We're believers. We stand together as family. We come back. We know some teams that know how to do that too. We show up in the tough times because we're more than conquerors. We can move mountains because we know our strength in standing together. And history has shown that Kentuckians, when our backs are against the wall, we push back. We stand up. And so you're here today. We are here today as family, as fed up Kentuckians, as human beings that are ready to win a brighter future, and we're going to do it today. It starts today. We're going to make history today. I'm going to explain to you why, but you are part of something big right now. And we're standing here because we were promised, years ago, we were promised that there would be a new deal, that there would be an investment in our Commonwealth, that poverty would end, that prosperity would be true for everybody, that we could live gainful lives. We work hard. We get up every day. We toil. There are folks that go into those mines. They come up with black lung. There are people that are farming the lands. We go into the factories. We go into the classrooms. We stand on the front lines. We have busted our butts. And all we wanted was to be treated fairly. All we wanted was to be okay. We haven't had a chance to get that deal. That promise hasn't been kept for us. I don't know what your party is. I don't know if you're registered. I just see my family. Regardless of where you come from, I know you know this. We've been getting screwed. We've been getting robbed. We have been receiving a bad deal. Hear me out. Every day I have to use this multiple times a day just so I can stay alive. There are times it is more than my rent. That wasn't part of the deal. People going bankrupt to afford or try to pay medical bills or student debt wasn't part of the deal. Jobs leaving and never coming back wasn't part of the deal. Breonna's door being kicked in and her being killed in the dead of night wasn't part of the deal. Homelessness wasn't part of the deal. People not having food on their table was not a part of the deal. The problem here, why I'm here and I'm running to be your candidate for United States Senate, is because we have politicians like Rand Paul who have chosen corruption over our lives, who have chosen to put money in their pocket while we suffer, lose our livelihoods, lose our loved ones. And folks, we've seen the Great Depression. We've read about the history of what our country's gone through. We saw the recession. What we are in the middle of right now, I need you all to be clear. We are in the midst of what I call the Great Exploitation. We are at a point now where industries have left, haven't come back. Communities have been left behind. People have felt so hopeless, have felt like giving up. You may have felt that. I know I've felt that before. And in response to that, in 2016, we saw a guy, and some of you all knew him before he ran. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Donald Trump. He got on the stage, came down the elevator, and said, "I'm going to make America great again." He was calling out the fact that the system is broken. You know what? The system is broken. But he never had a plan to fix it. When he told folks, put that red hat on, A lot of people felt like, you know what, this is capturing my fears, my frustrations. I'm tired of things being this way. I'm going to put this hat on because I want things to be okay. Now, he was weaponizing hate and fear and racism. We know that. But he never had a plan to actually help us heal. Y'all know that. And then there are politicians like Rand Paul who wanted to profit from it all. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're still working our way on the better side of this pandemic. I just got my booster shot. That's right. Take care of yourself. We should have politicians that tell you take care of yourself. But Rand Paul, instead of leading for you, had his family invest in stocks where they would get money, profits, if you get sick. So he's telling you, don't take care of yourself. Don't follow the precautions of the experts, knowing that if you get sick and take the drug he got stocks in, he's going to get money from it. That's not a part of the deal, y'all. So we're here today because we've had enough. We're putting our foot down, and we're going to turn course as a commonwealth, all of us, to say that Kentucky deserves better. We can't wait for those politicians to do it for us, so we're going to do it ourselves. We're going to lead ourselves, even if we come from the hood, if you come from a holler, if you've seen tough times, you still matter. We're going to lead for our future right now. We're going to lead with our own deal. We're not waiting for Washington to come tell us what we want, to tell us what we deserve. We're going to lead ourselves with a Kentucky New Deal. That's what this time demands. This is about us. And I see several of you all have your hats on. We can put on hats too. The Kentucky New Deal is about us. It's about the people. It's about Kentuckians, no matter where you're from, in your pocket, the color of your skin, the texture of your hair, whether you're walking or using a wheelchair, the pronoun you use. It's about the people. Leadership, a vision that represents us as family. That says we're done with corruption, we're done with the greed in politics that is robbing us blind, that we believe Kentucky can do more than be at the bottom in everything. A Kentucky New Deal is our declaration that we deserve the greatest investment in our infrastructure in our Commonwealth's history. It's time for us to be the priority. So, this is for us. This hat is a sign of solidarity. I don't care what your party is. You're my family. You put this hat on, you understand we're fighting together. Because at the end of the day, we have so much more in common than we do otherwise. If we stand together, we can win together. Poverty can end. We can fully and equitably fund our public schools. Of course we can. We can take care of our teachers that serve in the classroom and pay them more and protect their pensions. Of course we can. No one has to ration their insulin in the United States of America. We can ensure great quality health care for every single one of you with Medicare for all. Of course we can. Listen, we can have financial freedom. You can have money in your pocket to pursue your dreams. We give it to the corporations. We can give it to you. You deserve a guaranteed annual income. Dr. King spoke of our rights as human beings. The arc that Dr. King spoke about when he said it bends towards justice, that doesn't just happen. Some of y'all may have heard me say this. We have to be the arc benders. All of us, we have to grab that arc and pull it towards Kentucky right now, because if we don't, our family will continue to fall off the cliff. We will continue to lose, and I don't want us to lose anymore. I don't come from politics. I come from the struggle. I'm running for office because I believe so much in us that I will give my all to you. I will give my all because I know what we're capable of. So when I put on this hat for you, I'm telling you I'm not going to rest. I'm telling you I believe in our potential. I'm telling you that every single part of Kentucky deserves to thrive. The governor made an announcement not too long ago, a historic announcement. Over $5 billion invested in Ford with sustainable jobs, thousands of jobs here in Kentucky. We can do that everywhere. The infrastructure bill that just passed, it doesn't go nearly far enough, but in that bill is an investment of over $60 billion in broadband. Internet is a utility. We deserve it everywhere. Our roads, our bridges, our waterways, our transit, our railways, we can repair our home. And folks, we have a lot of crises ahead of us. One of them in particular is protecting our Commonwealth. The decline of the fossil fuel industry has not only just left people behind economically, our land needs to be reclaimed. We have to make sure that we are addressing the ills that have made us sick so that people can have clean water and breathe clean air and have a roof over their head and have sustainable economies all over Kentucky. We can do that with a Kentucky New Deal. And so on our website, we just launched this. The Kentucky New Deal is going to be our way of establishing our values as Kentuckians. We need to break down barriers to democracy. We have to come together all across Kentucky from the hood to the holler. We have to stand together, white, black, and brown, rich, not rich. We have to come together because we're all in this together. United we stand actually should mean something. Democracy should mean something. Justice should mean something. Your life means something. I need to win this Kentucky New Deal with you. Okay, so this is the part I need you to take with you. We're going to win a Kentucky New Deal, and here's how. My campaign for U.S. Senate, your campaign for United States Senate, this is y'all's campaign. We are going to run the largest deep organizing campaign in the history of Kentucky. Nobody's being left behind. Not my hood anymore, not your community anymore. Nobody's being left behind in this time because we can't afford it. So we're going to build relational organizing. We're going to tell the story of what really is possible in a place like Kentucky, especially in a beautiful place like Kentucky. I put out a call for volunteers when I launched my campaign in July. Had people respond from every single county. I'm sure several of you responded. Over 7,000 people responded. Let's get that number to 20,000 by the end of the year. Let's get that to 20,000 by the end of the year. And what this will mean is we're not going to give in to the wedge issues that have driven us apart for too long. We're not going to let people like Rand Paul dictate the narrative and tell us we should be satisfied with being at the bottom, that we should be okay with poverty, while he chases conspiracy theories and tries to tackle Dr. Fauci. We don't have time for that. So we're going to lift our voices, Sarah. We're going to tell the truth. We're not going to run away from racism. We're going to look it in the eyes and say, you got to go away. We're going to pull it up by the roots. We're not going to ignore poverty and struggles anymore because we can end it. That's what this means to me. And I'm asking you all to join me in this movement. Help me tell the story. This is not the same old, same old. This is not the status quo. I hope you feel in this moment when you walk away from this plaza that something's different, that things are changing in Kentucky because Kentucky is worth fighting for. Go to charlesbooker.org if you haven't already. And then when you leave here, tell 10 people to do it too. Over the process of this campaign, because we are going to win this race, I'm going to say it again, we are going to win this race. I'll say it again, we are going to win this race. I'll name him. We're going to beat Rand Paul and win this race. So when you spread the word, know that this is bigger than beating Rand Paul. He's terrible. He is a complete joke. I could spend all day talking about how ridiculous this guy is. I can't wait to get on the debate stage with him. Can you picture that? I cannot wait. I'm going to have my hat on too. But this is bigger than him. We have to lead on the ground everywhere at the local and state level. We need people that are fighting for regular folks, that aren't for sale, that understand that this isn't about being called a progressive. This is about being a human being that cares, that understands that love is stronger than hate, that unity is stronger than division, and that we are all in this together. So I need you all. And I'm hoping a lot of you consider running for office too. At the end of the day, us transforming our future starts now. It only starts now. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me the chance to walk with you, to run with you on this journey. Thank you for taking the chance to believe again, because you have every reason to be cynical. Thank you for putting this hat on to say we deserve more as Kentuckians. I'm proud to be a Kentuckian, y'all. I'm proud to be a Kentuckian. I'm not proud of our politicians, but I'm proud to be a Kentuckian. And I want to make sure that when we go to Washington, you're proud of your next United States Senator. So if you think we deserve a Kentucky New Deal, let me hear you say yeah. If you're ready for a Kentucky New Deal, let me hear you say yeah. If you believe our time is now for a Kentucky New Deal, put your hands up and say yeah. If you're ready to get rid of politicians like Rand Paul, let me hear you say yeah. If you're ready to spread the word for change, do it now. Thank y'all. Somebody's going to wear the hat to the game tonight, right?